everyone. It's John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, and right now I'm in War 2. So I just finished watching Coolie. Now I'm going to watch War 2, and it's I only had 5 minutes in between it, so I'm doing this all for you. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, okay? So we'll see what happens. I really like Coolie. So let's see what War 2 is like, okay? We'll talk to you afterwards.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, back from a full day of watching movies. 6 hours of movies just so I can have content for you maniacs out there. That's right. So I saw Coolie. I've already done the review on that one. And now, based on what you said 2 separate reviews, and I am honoring that wish, I'm going to review War 2, which is a sequel to War, which I liked, with Hrithik Roshan and Tiger Shroff. That came out a few years ago. This is War 2, directed by Ayan Mukerji. It's a Yash Raj film. In the cast, Hrithik Roshan, big fan, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, War, Fighter, Doom 2. You guys all hate Doom. N.T. Rama Rao Jr., NTR. I've only seen him in 2 films, RRR and Devara Part 1. Kiara Advani, who was in Kabir Singh, Game Changer, Good News. Ashutosh Rana, who was in Pathaan, War, Tiger 3, all part of the Yash Spy Universe. And, unbeknownst to me, Anil Kapoor, also in this film, who is in Animal Race in Dil Dhadakne Do. Now, no spoilers, so I'm going to review this without spoilers. And I think what I'm going to do is just give you a general overview of what I thought, and then a final verdict. Okay? So let me start by saying this. So I had to go from Coolie, and I had 5 minutes to go from Coolie to War 2. In fact, I'll play you my little trek to the theater. It was pretty funny as I'm trying to zip by with my big popcorn bucket, and I had they had a special Fantastic Four popcorn tin that I had, my water. So it was pretty funny. So when I got in there, nobody was there, but it ended up there was about 7 or 8 people who were in the theater, and they were vocal, much like Coolie. They were vocal. There weren't many, but they were vocal, especially for NTR. Not so much for Hrithik Roshan. So this, by the way, was NTR's Hindi film debut. And I tell you, he was really good in this. He thinned out, too. I mean, he was very thin, like his face, you know, and probably because Hrithik Roshan is a friggin' Greek statue. Do you know what I mean? The way he's built. I'm sure that's why he did it. Okay, so the film is part of the Spy Universe. It's within the same universe as Pathaan, Tiger, and it reminded me. First of all, it reminded me a little bit of RRR, the relationship between the 2 leads, Kabir and Vikram or Raghu. He had a couple of different names. Because it's definitely a bromance for most of the film. Now, again, I'm going to review this without any spoilers, which is going to be difficult. But there's things that happen in this film that you want to figure out for yourself. But if you saw the first War film, and if you remember that film and the way things happened, this film does have a little of that in this. Like people playing both sides of the fence, like misdirection. There's a lot of that in this. But I will tell you, overall, this film reminded me a lot of Doom, the Doom series, with the over-the-top action, and also a little bit of Mission Impossible, the series of films, with the set pieces, with the action. Okay, so this film was almost 3 hours, and it definitely kept you in the film the whole time, just like Cooley did. I thought it's pretty nonstop. Um, the action is really good, and the two leads, Hrithik Roshan and NTR, are really good in this. Their introductions, like the two introduction scenes of each character, are phenomenal. Um, One of them is in Japan, in not a dojo but like a temple with ninjas, and it's really good. Now it's 50 against one, and one wins. That was the same thing in Cooley, but it's a cool scene. He can move. There's a little bit of slow motion, but there's a lot of full speed stuff. And NTR, he is saving hostages, and it's another great action scene for his introduction. So those two scenes, especially the opening one, really set the tone for this film. And now they, are they traitors? Are they loyal to India? Because it's always India first. India first. And death before dishonor. There's something else. Yeah, death before dishonor and India first. It's also a very big film as far as locations. Like now, they didn't film in all these locations, but it's Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Russia, Yemen, Spain, Amsterdam, India. So they're all over the place. Now they did shoot in Spain, that I could see. I'm not so sure about Switzerland. And it's basically they're trying to stop this cabal called Kali, Kali, which is a Hindi god, right? Um, and Ra, is trying to stop it. And Hrithik Roshan's character and NTR's character work together, and then they don't work together, and it goes on like that. And I can't spoil the film. All right, so I'm just going to give my overall view of it. If you like action, I think you'll like this film. And I've always been a fan of Hrithik Roshan. I think he's very charismatic. He's very likable. He's great in the action scenes. Um, the young lady who played the female lead, Kavya, Kiara Advani. Um, I got to tell you something. There's a song. There's a love song. There's not a lot of songs in this, by the way, but there's a love song where their love is blossoming. At one point, she's wearing a gold bikini. Now, this is her first film since she had a baby. Okay, and that camera stays on her in that gold bikini, and she doesn't look like she just had a baby. That's all I'm saying about that. Okay, is that a spoiler? I hope that you don't think that's a spoiler. Um, Now, NTR is really good in this. He's funny. His introduction to Raw is he's banging on a coffee machine. That's his introduction to Raw. But he's cocky. Um, and again, maybe I'll do a spoiler review maybe after a couple of weeks when this is out. But there's a connection between the two that goes back to when they were kids. And there's a good half hour, 20 minutes to a half an hour after the interval when it's their lives as kids. And the kids were actually pretty good who played the two roles. But that ties into what happens later on in the movie. Um, my complaint about this film is you can tell in a lot of the scenes they're just doing scenes in front of a giant green screen, that none of the backgrounds are real. You can kind of tell where that is. You can tell when they do it real, when it's practical, and then you can tell when they're using green screens. And there was a lot of that. Now I know what the budgets are in these films, and they're not Hollywood, they're not Mission Impossible budgets. I get that, but there's a couple of scenes like there's one on an airplane that there's a stealth bomber involved, and there's fight scenes on top of the airplane in flight. Now I get, and Mission Impossible does this too. You really have to suspend your disbelief. But that one particular scene was a little too hard to suspend your disbelief. It just was. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Um, so that's my biggest complaint about the film. Now, having said that, I still really liked it. It kept you in it. You were invested trying to figure out who was who was loyal, who wasn't, who's playing games, who's a mole, all throughout the entire movie. Um, so my verdict on this, I would give this one a 3. I gave Cooley a 4. I'm going to give this one a 3. This this again reminded me of the Doom series, and a lot of people hate the Doom movies. I like the Doom movies. They were like I love Doom 3. And you're gonna say, well, Amir Khan, that's right. No, I liked it. I liked all three of them. But it's like even the technology they use. Um, there was a scene, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's kind of stupid. There's a boat chase, and NTR's boat has like hyperjets on it, and ends up on a racing car track. Cars, okay. That's what I'm talking about with the over the top stuff. So that was kind of silly. But when they got back on the water, it was cool. Except when they do the close ups. And that's the other thing in this film, a lot of close ups of both Hrithik Roshan and NTR. A lot of close ups, wide eyed. I sound like I didn't like the film, but I did. I liked it. I really did. So I would definitely recommend seeing this. And it was playing in IMAX, but it was only playing at 10 o'clock, and there's no way I was going to last 3 hours. So I said, now I'll just go see it. And I'm glad I did because I got to see it with an audience. So I will also tell you the music. There were a couple of songs, not too many. I was actually expecting a lot more. The first song is a rap song as NTR, his intro. And it's like, he's not just a psycho, Shatane. The second song was after. Oh, there was one scene. I'm bouncing around. I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to give anything away. But there's a scene where they finally confront each other. Kabir and Vikram, and it's in a bar, and they're sitting at a table. They both have guns under the table, but it's a really good scene that they play off each other, and that then leads into a big production number where it reminded me of Natu Natu, the two of them dancing together, a little bromance going on. It was kind of out of place, but it was okay. There was another song when they flash back to the kids and that relationship, and then there's a love song, and that's where she wears the gold bikini. So look out for that one. Let me come close to you. That's that one, and it's 15 years earlier. It's a flashback, but that was nice. And the rest of the music was good. I will also say it's loud. It was loud. They had the sound cranked up on it. They really did. But if you like the first film, if you like the Spy Universe, you'll definitely like this, because again, the two leads in this film, excellent, play well off each other. There's a climactic battle in an ice cave for some reason, but it's good. It's good. Now, this is important. There is an after credit scene. Okay. I don't think it's related to the film. I think it sets up a different film. But you want to check that out, because if I'm right, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Bobby Deal was in this stinger, the after credit scene. So you can tell me if I'm right, okay? If you've seen it, let me know in the comment section. Or let me know if you've seen the movie. What'd you think about it? Again, without giving away any spoilers, what'd you think of it? To me, there's a popcorn movie, summer popcorn movie. A lot of action, loud, a lot of stunts, and pretty likable lead characters. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought Cooley was better. I liked Cooley better than this one, but I did like this one. Okay, so that's my out of the theater. 6 hours in the theater today, just for you guys. So I want to know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely go see it. And if you get a chance to see it in IMAX, go see it in IMAX. I think it would look pretty. Although all the CGI probably looks worse in IMAX, I bet. I don't know. Just a lot of it. There really was a lot of it. Okay, that's it. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, I got to learn how to say that in Hindi. Maybe that'll resonate more. You know, I get hundreds of views, I get 6 likes. I don't get it. And I'm one of the likes. And Cully Singh, he always likes. Always, always, always. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with a 10-minute review, a trailer reaction, or an out of the theater same day review, much like I'm doing now. That's it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.